Hiya, it's Anne Hughes here, and I hope that you are doing okay today. Obviously, we're in the fourth week of the lockdown here, and what I wanted to chat about today was this isn't the first time I believe that we've all been in lockdown. I was writing yesterday and this came up, and I hadn't really expected it to, but it's quite fascinated me, so I wanted to share it with you today. I obviously, if you've known my stuff, I had a brain aneurysm 3 years ago, and I did stay at home for a good 4 months, maybe longer. And so I have definitely been in a physical lockdown before. But I believe that we've all got areas of our life that have always been locked down. And this physical lockdown that we're in is maybe going to give us the opportunity to start to let them go. Now, what I'm talking about is those parts of yourself that you've never let be free. Those dreams that you had that have never come to anything and never been acted upon. Those desires, those things you were always going to do. What you know to be true about yourself, who you are, how you feel you should be living your life, but you don't because you just do what is expected of you, and you just go on a never ending wheel that just keeps turning, and therefore you just keep moving, and you don't honour the parts of yourself that maybe you should. And therefore, my thoughts sort of really went to, we've all got parts of ourselves that are locked down, because of course we do. You know, you're starting to, if you're getting what I'm saying, you're starting to think of those parts of yourself. What is it that you've not done? What is it that you've not said? You know, what are you doing that insults your soul every single day, and yet you continue to do it? What are you saying? How are you behaving? And even if I take away my own very physical lockdown that I've witnessed before, and I think about the other things that are locked down, you know, I'm thinking a lot about my relationship with food, um, about why, when I've been talking about writing a book for 3 years, has it taken me until now to properly start and properly commit to that. Which is fine because I'm somebody who believes it's all perfect, and this isn't designed for anybody to give themselves a hard time about anything. I'm not giving myself a hard time about the fact I eat chocolate more times a day than I should. I'm not giving myself a hard time about the fact that I've only now just started writing. I'm not here to have an argument with myself about this. But what I'm recognising is that this physical lockdown in my house is giving me the opportunity to look at things differently, and to actually be a wee bit more intrigued about what it is that I actually meant my life and my work and everything that I'm doing, and my intention with my life and my purpose. What is it all that was? What was that all about? Because very few people are completely 100% happy with every aspect of their lives, I would think, if you are, good for you. So, what are those areas that you have allowed to be shut down in your own life? You know, maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your ambition, you know, maybe it could be 100 things. It could be something really simple that no one else would ever notice changed within you, but you would. Or it could be something really huge. And here in this place of being shut down, we maybe get in this time to open up other parts of ourselves. And therefore, surely this is a great gift, is it not? To be able to contemplate, what could I have done? What should I have done? What do I want to do? I was speaking to a friend earlier who has been thinking about changing things for a while. And through our discussion, we were just saying, well, actually, this is a good decision, because with the current thing that you're doing, it's all sort of a ground to a halt just now. And so don't become a passive person in what is next in your life. Don't become a passenger again, waiting for coronavirus, waiting for furlough, waiting for the government's funding, waiting for a bit of work to come in. Instead of becoming a prisoner to, well, I'll just need to wait and see what's next because I don't know what's next, you could become an active participant in what's next. Okay, we maybe won't be able to sort out the finest details of when we'll be able to go out and do things again, when you would be able to start your project. But as I've said in previous videos, everything starts with an intention. It starts in there, it starts with the idea. And so, what I'm really urging myself and you and anybody who's interested to think about just now is, if I was to stop assuming that I am just a passive looking at this whole situation and waiting for somebody else to tell me what would I do, what I should do, then what would I want to do? What do I want to do next in my life? Because that is the choice. It is the choice. Okay, I need to wait for the government to tell me that I can go back out and about and live my life. But I don't need to wait for them to tell me to put down the chocolate bar, to maybe put a wee bit of dye in that hair, to start typing away on my keyboard and writing that book, to start pursuing new speaking venues for myself, new places for me to go and share all of the work that I had been building up right before all this happened. There is always a way. One of the talks that I was doing, which was for a big international company, and it was a motivational talk to their team. It was meant to be the week that we sort of everything just before we went into lockdown, but they, as a company, had decided to go into lockdown, and it got cancelled. And now I'm doing it online next week, and therefore there's always a way, isn't there? There's always a way can be found. Now, will I be as good online as I am in person? Will it go as well? I don't know. But it's the only option I've got just now, so I'm going to go with it. And actually, the person in me who wants to activate on that, who wants to move forward on that, is seeing an opportunity. Because if I can do that well, and people at the end of that feel inspired and feel more motivated about getting on with their work that week at home in isolation, then will I not get more bookings potentially to do that? Will I get more work doing that? You know, if I write a book which I believe can help people think differently, is this not the very perfect time to write that book? Is right after this not the very perfect time for people to want to read that book? You know, my book's called After the Meteor, and that's talking obviously about my brain. But we're all in a meteor just now. We always are. We always are. Things are always happening in life that we maybe didn't expect. And so this week, what my advice to you is to think about what other parts of your life have you got in lockdown just now, and start to unearth them and start to think about them while you have this space in your life where you're in physical lockdown. Have a good week. Stay connected on my social media across all the channels and Hughes Ignite, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon. Bye.